All right, we're gonna do the triangle defense. Not to be cocky, but man, I think I have one of the best triangle defenses in the world. It's really hard, and if you have these details, a lot of my students, man, I've had students win world championships just with the triangle defense. It's really hard to stop, and you can wear your opponent down, and you can use it to pass the guard. Okay, so don't sleep on this position if you really understand these things, and also I think it helps you get a better triangle if you know how the person can defend it. Okay, all right, so Ben's gonna get in a triangle choke. Okay. So what happens in a triangle, right? My arm chokes me and his leg here, right? So the first thing you want to do is you want to make a frame here, so my own arm doesn't choke me, and I push it to the other side, because as I come up, the secondary attack is for the guy to do an armbar, right? So if my elbow's across the center line of his body, he's going to be able to switch, to an armbar. Okay, so look, even with his legs, still locked up, right? Okay, so I'm here. I make a frame and I push my elbow across over here. Okay. Second thing is I get the structure of my body. I get my hips in. Okay. Because let's go back down again. When people do triangles, they usually put their hips up. They try to get the arm across, but that's not happening here. I'm telling that. But as he's trying to squeeze the triangle, his hips, and that gives me space underneath him for me to gives me space underneath him to get my legs underneath. And now all of a sudden I have my structure underneath him, and now it's very easy for me to just come up. I can also do a little shimmy, and I pretty much break his triangle. I get my arm out, and I can use it to pass his guard like that. Okay. So again, I'm here. That's step one. Okay. There's two steps. Okay. First one, boom. He locks it up. Boom. I'm not gonna wait till the last moment before I tap for me to start defending. As soon as he throws that leg over my shoulder, look, guys, I make like a frame here, and I push my elbow across his body. Okay, and I don't have to wait for the guy to put his hips up for me to get my legs in. Right away, I'm gonna stack them up. I'm gonna get my hips in. So you see that? I'm gonna get the structure on my body underneath him. Okay, so I'm making a frame, pushing my elbow across his body, and getting my legs underneath him. And now from here, look. His feet are getting, tired, trying to hold on to me, but I can give it like a little shimmy here. I can take my sweet time to open up his feet. If not, guys, man, I can start stacking them up, start stacking them up. Once I'm safe, right? Once I've created enough space, boom, that's my time to go across here, take my sweet time, and pass his guard like so. Okay, step one. We're gonna go to step two now, okay? Best triangle defense in the world, okay? All right, I'm here. Now, you're not gonna wait for the guy to, lock everything up. But it's gonna happen sometimes. It's gonna happen where the guy gets a perfect triangle right off the bat. He gets shoulders. You see that? Okay, again. I'm here, okay? Yeah. Okay? And if the guy's like, he has a crazy long legs, sometimes I end up back into the first one, okay? That's okay, but I'm wearing you down. I'm wearing my opponent down, okay? And from here I can pass, okay? But the second one, there was Matt Pedropano, was like a two-time absolute champion. He went against this guy, Paulo Freire. He was a Pride FC, like if you guys know Pride from back in the day, legend, and he couldn't get him in the triangle because he did this defense, and it's always like a 1-2 kind of thing. So first one, of course, frame up, right? But if it happens where the guy locks everything up, which can happen, right? The guy gets a perfect, whatever, flying triangle, whatever, somehow triangle position, no problem, okay? Okay, I grab the leg, I grab my hand over my hand. Why do I grab over my hand? Because the secondary things is for the guy to try to grab that arm, right? Okay. So when I grab over my hand, I'm protecting that arm bar, okay? So I pull it down and I come up onto my toes, and I shimmy my shoulders, boom, to put pressure on his legs, to open it up, and then elbow to my rib cage, and I'm already passing, okay? And it's a way to defend that choke, okay? And then, of course, there's always counters to the counters, and, you know, it's a game, right? And so it's one more tool, but I really found this triangle defense. It's like a 1-2 thing. So if the second one doesn't work or the second one doesn't fully work, you can go back to the first, you know? But with both of them together, like it's really hard for anybody to get you in a triangle. Give it a try, guys.